Hey everyone, Thena here. We're continuing our game of Murder in the Yangtze River. As a reminder, last time we just saw the lady in the wardrobe that was killed by the guard, trying to protect the author. So we'll hop in, and I also want to apologize for all the delay in getting videos out. All right, here we go. So it should be starting right up where he's getting arrested.
你想构陷罗世文杀人，罗世文却在杀害罗佩。对本案而言，他竟意外地有了不在场证明。你不得不再次进入现场，烧血衣，点炭盆，以误导乌大娘的判断。
好你个马大伟！
I'm kind of going fast here because we saw this last time, but it's like how it loaded, I guess.
斗士一阵第7章，沈先生，你也来人！
All right, that's solved, and now we'll be on the next case. All right, 15 minutes. Oh, this is right. We find out.
我真是太傻了，竟然对吕修传说出了那么多过分的话。所有人都笑我是疯子的时候，我多希望能有人相信我，哪怕只有一个。当这个人真的出现时，我却不相信他，反而怀疑他的动机。 他们说的没错，我就是个白眼狼。
这不全是你的错。被打压太久后，难免会多疑。
沈先生，我曾栽赃陷害你，你还反过来帮我。
其实，我这么做。 也是为了自己。
All right, he's going to bring up that case.
是想了解《斗士一阵》这本书。
我们主要想知道你是怎么想出《斗士一阵》中的诡计的。
我为什么偏要问这本？我不知道。
啊？不知道？
沈先生，你们的确厉害，把我完全看透了。斗士一阵，才是我杀害罗佩的真正原因。半年前，罗佩随吕修传去了趟扬州，拜访。
I wonder if we're going to go here now.
数据。 回来后，就写出了《斗士一阵》。前些日子，李修传来找我，说他发现罗佩书中的点子都不是自己想的。他认为那样不对，我是书的共转人，罗佩应当在书上给我署名。我去找罗佩谈。 他却不断跟我炫耀斗士一阵有多成功，而我是可有可无的。
这话确实让人生气。
我自知是个无用之人，除了会八股，一无所长。罗翁文采斐然。 在文墨圈交友广泛，只有他能把我的点子变成故事。看到书迷喜欢故事里的诡计，我内心……
但斗士一阵却让你意识到，自己不是唯一的。
怎么能有别人的诡计？那我的存在还有什么价值？ 既然我的存在没有价值了，那就一起灭亡好了。我才杀了他！
Yeah, he snapped. All right.
沈先生，罗世文又发癫了，该给他吃戒烟丹了。
All right. Now we should view new
先生。
spots.
难道热爱是一件坏事吗？
为何突然这么问？
我感觉马捕头和罗世文都发自内心的热爱侦探小说，但两人竟都因此
All
杀人。
right. Should I lower the audio a bit? The music really got loud.
我在想，会不会有一天，我热爱的格致学也让我做了坏事？
罗世文走到这一步，罗佩有很大的责任。至于你说的问题，我认为只需区分热爱与狂热即可。
啊？狂热？
马捕头因为盲目崇拜而丧失了理智，是一种狂热；罗世文则是因为过分执着而逐渐极端，是另一种狂热。真正的热爱是保有理智的。
明白了。不过，人在面对自己在意的事物时，
Where did the music go? There we go. All right, now just to make sure, I want to manually save this. There we go. Did you want to talk?
衙役在马大伟的住处搜到了还没来得及处理掉的护壁，上面还找到了几处抓痕。此案应该是铁案无疑了。
那就好。
一连破了2桩案子，沈先生真是神探呐！
大人谬赞。
也多亏了阿福兄弟从旁协助。
Aw,
嘿嘿嘿。
I like that laugh. Oh. Oh, exclamation point.
后生可畏呀！
吴大娘过奖了。
老身说的是你家先生，你
嘿嘿，那肯定。
大娘，是您的分析为这案子指明了方向。
谦虚了。要不是你识破了马大伟的诡计，老身差点就成了帮凶。
It's true, even though it's not by will.
不知晚辈可否向您请教一个关于尸体姿态的问题？
说说看，你所说的死状，俗称教功反张，极像是中了千机药之毒。
I don't even know how to say that word.
啊？千机药？
千机药是用马钱子制作的毒药，服用之后全身抽搐，痛苦万分，最后头部与足部反向相接而死，状似千机，故此得名。
好可怕的药！
马钱子的有毒成分在西药中名为士地宁。
Known as sternin? Sternin? I don't know how to say that one either.
英国警探对尸体做过毒理实验，排除了士地宁中毒的可能。
西药老身是不懂的，既然你这么说，想必是已经反复验证过了。
是。
尸检之学博大精深，老身也就略懂些皮毛。待我找认识的老仵作们探讨探讨，再答复你吧。
Oh, cool. Friends,
多谢吴大人。
connections. All right.
大人，刚才俺在码头遇到一船夫， 好像在找沈先生。
先生，王叔来接我们了。
既如此，二位赶紧上路吧。马捕头关在另一处牢中，本官还打算跟他再聊一聊。
All right.
张大人，咱们就此别过。
Crazy bookseller.
小兄弟，你我真是有缘呐。
可现在我不想成为罗翁第二了。
年轻人志向变大。
He's a star.
新法罗先生谈，你看，嘿嘿，还有这本《新石头》。
新石头记还跟格致学有关？
小兄弟有所不知，这个他讲的是贾宝玉在辛丑年复活后，乘潜水艇环游地球的故事。
I wonder if he bought it. Okay, I'd want to, before going, check out these different areas. That was the old crime scene. It's the dog.
狗狗乖。
Can I fish? No. It's super pretty right here. I don't remember that bamboo basket. Oh, the kid.
点点，你怎么躲在这里呀？
刚才点点在偷听大家讲话，然后就睡着了。
那你听到什么了？
有人说罗老爷是大骗子，大家都唉声叹气，回各自屋子里难过了。点点早就说过罗老爷是坏人了。下次我要把这个消息告诉吕姐姐。
Oh, okay.
看来点点还不知道吕先生的事，他知道后肯定要伤心一阵子了。
And yep, that's it. I already looked at that. Woke up the kid. Okay. Pet the dog. Took down the sign. Oh, that's the same soldier?
兵老爷，你怎么这么快就把榜给撕了呀？
周老官看过了，榜也就没用了。
啊？为什么？
科举在几年前便已废除了，这不是真的同事榜单。
那这张榜是怎么回事啊？
应当是为周老先生专门准备的。
周老官考了一辈子，科举没了，接受不了。
Oh.
我琢磨，没考上，总比没盼头好。啊，年年来贴一张，也不费事儿。
That's kind of sweet and sad at the same time.
铁匠大哥，案子已经查清了，是马捕头。
听说了。
多亏了你的制记谱，我们才得以让马捕头伏法。
有用就好。
Man of few words. Okay.
阿福，你在找什么？
哎，高老板的铺子怎么不见了？
估计卖完收摊了吧。
好吧，本来还想带一笼包子上路。
Oh. I want to see. So we have facts. Oh, we saw that. We haven't read this. Crime of false accusation. According to the Great Quinn Legal Code, it is stipulated that those who falsely accuse others and receive a pledging shall also be punished with a second-degree offense, the crime of exile, penal servitude, or caning the executioner shall be punished with a third-degree offense in addition to the original false accusation, with a maximum limit of 100 canings and a 3,000-mile exile. If the accuser had already served the sentence and it's later proven that they were wrongly accused, they shall be released and their belongings returned to them. However, toll fees for the distance traveled during the exile shall be deducted from the accused's personal account and compensated to the falsely accused. Therefore, the accused not only bears the punishment for the false accusation, but also faces additional penalty and compensation, thus granting justice to the false accused. However, due to various limitations of the era, false accusations were still prevalent in the Ding Dynasty. Okay. And then this. Oh. Come on, there we go. The abomination of the imperial examinations. In 19,000, the eight-nation alliance occurred, Beijing dealing a severe blow to the Qin government. To salvage the solution, emperors dowagers Zizix announced the implementation of reforms the following year, including reforms the imperial examination system. These reforms abolished the 8-leg essay, focused on the current affairs and practical matters, and transformed old academies into modern schools. The transition was originally planned to take place gradually over 10 years, but oppositions from conservations grew increasingly strong. In 1905, Zhang Shidong and others petitioned for the immediate abomination of the imperial examination system. Shortly thereafter, Empress Dowager Zizix issued an edict formally ending the 1,000-year-old imperial examination system. Okay. What was this? When external temperatures is high, rigor mortis occurs earlier and resolving sooner. When the temperature is low, rigor mortis sets in later and resolves later. However, the stiffness in the body burned to death is caused by congealance of protein due to high temperatures and is not rigor mortis. The stiffness in bodies frozen outdoors in ice or under artificial freezing conditions is mainly due to freezing. Additionally, rigor mortis occurs more slowly in environments with high humidity. The more you know, I guess? Okay, so now we read everything.
哎呀，你们可算来了！
对不起啊，王叔，我们遇上案子耽搁了。
我猜到会是这样，先快上船吧。开船了，站稳喽！
I would like to go on a boat like this. I think it'd be fun. Oh, it feels weird that they're not saying, oh, look at the fishies. All right. So this must be the river that the game's named after. I like that painting look to it. And with the music, it's really pretty and calming. I wonder what that says. I see 3. Person. 9. I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure. But if you know what that says, let me know. Ooh. Loading. Okay. I'm enjoying the game. Oh, there we go. Big fancy boat. It's like a steamboat type style. Our captain looks tough. He has to be
船长
captain.
装上这个飞轮，船就能继续行驶了。
你呀，和你父亲真是一个性子，做起实验来什么都顾不上。
He knows his dad.
哎，那他也烧过发电机吗？
他烧过的东西可比发电机大多了。回头有时间我再跟你细讲。眼下先把这飞轮给换上。
好。
So he doesn't know much about his dad? Huh. It's really
真
cute.
是漫长的一天啊！
的确，接连发生了2起命案。
Tough.
先生也忙了一天了，快去休息下吧。
That's nice of him. Let's
父亲，
turn up the music a
我
bit.
需要做一下案件记录。你也一宿没睡，不去休息一下吗？
Oh.
哈大哥帮我做了一个发条，我要装进我的发明里。
又有什么新发明？
保密。等我做出来，先生就知道了。
可别再把发电机弄坏了。
放心，这次我会注意电压的。
Well, he knows what he did wrong. Voltage. He got that. Okay.
先生，船长已经调转船头往扬州方向去了。
Yangtze, so that's where that one person was bringing up.
咱们去趟金子书局，希望在那里能有所发现。
先生，要不你再给我讲讲那桩案子吧，我帮你一起想。
好，正好我打算把案件从头梳理一遍。
All right.
先生，罗佩小说中的作案细节真的与这桩案子一模一样？
是的，事情要从3年前说起。
All right. Some backstory.
3年前，我在波士顿学习法律。
Oh, he was in America.
同年8月，我收到哥哥的好友约瑟发来的消息，哥哥在伦敦的公寓中离奇死亡。我决定前往伦敦，查明真相。
Ah, he is in Western outfit. Okay. All right.
前面那栋绿色的房子，就是哥哥出事的公寓。
This is the place.
Hello. May I ask if this is Officer Jones?
Oh,
Ye are?
I am John Shen, brother of Brian Shen.
My close friend Brian Shen's younger brother, John Shen, is about to arrive in London. Please guide him to inspect Brian's death scene and facilitate his access to the case files. Joseph Iscariot Bell.
Iscariot. What an interesting name.
Since it's Joseph's request, I'll surely coordinate with you. I'm Cody Jones, investigating your brother's case. Just call me Jones.
Thank you for your help.
Speaking of which, your brother's suicide scene looks rather eerie.
Suicide.
You sure you want to step in?
The way to spell, it's
I'm
interesting.
sure.
All right, after checking the scene, come away to the office. We'll sort out some paperwork. Say, we can wrap up the case then.
You guys again? How many times you come without invite? Is police station 2 free? Or whole London only has case in my place?
Mrs. Chang, sorry for not giving you a heads up today.
Brought the important person, huh? Move aside.
像，两兄弟长得真像。 弟弟比哥哥还要俊俏些。
郑阿姨，哥哥之前寄给我的书信中，经常提起您对他的照顾。
你哥是个好男儿，志向远大，才华横溢。
Mrs. Cheng, can we first?
Take off shoes first. Don't dirty my carpet. Keep windows shut. Bad energy if open. Every time you come, my house a mess.
They
My
didn't take
bed
off
smells
shoes.
stove. Knock it over. See what happens.
No shoes are off.
Nay, bother. Dinna fash yourself.
I don't even know what I was trying to say.
We didn't mean to intrude overmuch. Theoretically speaking, this should be...
Last trip? That's not what the signs say. You foreigners, you will have more visits. All right. Stick close to your esteemed guest.
Esteemed guest?
Without him, you break my vase today. Compensate me. It's cloisonné. Expensive.
Vase?
See, I told you.
这屋是他的工作室，命案就发生在这里。他经常把自己锁在屋里面搞研究，我也不懂他在研究些什么。
有劳郑阿姨了。
小伙子，你慢慢看啊。
You walk careful. Don't break my things again.
Aye, I really hope this is the last time I'm stepping in here.
Officer Jones, could you please tell me about the situation at the time?
Of course. That afternoon at 2:05, we got a telegraph saying there's been a murder in this room.
I like how you said telegraph, but it says call here.
We went upstairs to check, found the door locked from the inside. Had to break the lock open. Once inside, we saw the victim lying in a rather eerie pose on the chair. The dagger plunged into his chest. His expression was awfully strange, a lot of pain, but half his face seems to be smiling.
What kind of dagger is it? Is there anything special about it?
Nothing remarkable in appearance, light in weight, but razor sharp.
What is the current direction of the police investigation? Have you identified any suspects yet?
I thought Joseph had already filled you in on this. Well, Mr. Shen, based on the evidence gathered so far, the police have come to the conclusion your brother took his own life.
Suicide? Impossible. My brother would never kill himself.
The room was sealed off at the time of the incident. All door and windows were locked from inside. The only key was in your brother's own hand. Not just that, but the weapon only had his own fingerprints on it as well. Again, it's hard to accept. My condolences.
So I always thought these parts were weird because one thing I know, at least here, you can lock it from the inside and leave the door, like lock it from, and walk out and the door is locked. See, several books on the desk, including Principle of Chemistry and the Interpretation of Dreams. What is this marking on it? It seems like these books that Brian read often. What about the ink? Each book's spine has some ink stain. Oh, it looks like the books were rearranged. The arrangement seems to have a certain pattern. Officer Jones, may I reorganize these books? Aye, the police investigating it's done, and there's no your property. Okay. Well, that one will be last. Yeah, okay. No, something a little lower? Oh. Okay, indeed, the ink stain on the books spread diagonally. This ink stain indeed appears to be flicker from a fountain pen. There's also a break in the middle of the stain, as if one book is missing. Clearly, another book in the middle has been taken. Should you please tell me if the officers took this book, ink stain on its spine, from the scene? Nah. Could it be that the killer took the book? Seems difficult to confirm the book was missing then, or if it has been gone for a while. Miss Shin, you need to trust the police. Danny always assumes there's a killer or an heir. I'm butchering that man's speak. Several candles arranged on the ground in the shape of the Big Dipper. Each candle is secretly fixed to the floor with wax by someone. It looked like some kind of mysterious Eastern ritual. The Big Dipper.
郑平，你还能找到北斗七星吗？
I found it. Right there.
就在那里。
Oh, look how cute he is.
而顺着勺口的方向看去，
就能找到北极星。
北极星是天空中唯一不动的星，因此出远门的人会用它来指引方向。无论离家多远，只要找到北极星，就能找到回家的方向。
Since the candles are arranged in the shape of the Big Dipper, the position of the polar is near the desk. Is there anything special about the desk? I deny finding anything special on the desk either. If I had to say, there are some marks on the candles instead. Tell me quickly. You see the sides of the candles? There's a shallow scratch, like rope. The yin necktie is also one. Interestingly, these twist scratches are on the same horizontal plane. Indeed, it's quite suspicious. Could it be a trace left by the murderer? The possibility of these being a case of homicide is very, very low. Currently, no evidence linked to the candles to the murder case. In this photo of my brother and his friends, they're your brother's classmates. I heard Joseph took the photo. The one in the middle is Stone Wu. He knew your brother from afar coming to the UK. It seems I've met him before. The one on the right is Toby Chung, your brother's classmate at the University of London. There's a small stool placed between the desk and the candle arrangement. The stool is very small, with a height of less than 20 centimeters. Can we climb it? The window can only be opened from inside and cannot be opened from the outside. Below is a busy Plymouth street with fashion stores, jewelry shops, and furniture shops. Not far away from the iconic Palace of Westminster and the Royal Opera House. Therefore, the window, the three-storied Savvy restaurant across, seems to be very busy. When we entered the room, the phonograph was still playing, but it stopped after a short while. Could it be stopped because the wax cylinder ran out? Huh? It's been about 50 minutes of playing. He personally verified this matter. There's a cafe downstairs in the building, just in a floor below. Staff reported continuous opera music from this room from 1:40 to 2:30 that day. Did they hear any other sounds? No. Miss Shin interested in the listening to the phonograph content? Give it a listen. This is Peket Opera. The content sounds somewhat familiar. This reminds me of the music you hear in Paper Brides. Especially in the, not the newest one, but the one before that. The phonograph is playing Peket Opera, 7-Star Lamp. 7-Star Lamp, what is that about? It's about the Zonglong who failed to borrow 10 years of lifespan from the heavens 1970 years ago. Say that's how it is. 46 minutes long, tells the story of Hong Meng beginning for longevity. I want to read more about that just because, like I said, I think it's played a couple times in the Paper Bride and stuff. A traditional Peking opera play, also known as Kong Ming Begs for Longevity, adapted from novel Romance of the Three Kingdoms. It tells the story of Zonglong, 181 to 234, a primitive Chinese military strategist who suffered from severe vomiting and blood loss. He performed a ritual that used 7 lamps to prolong his life. However, this ritual was interrupted and Zonglong died with a premonition of his future. Oh, kind of like right now. That's the Little Dipper. Okay, I get what he meant. The wax cylinder phonograph, popular from the 1869 to 1910, was a recording and playback audio device that utilized the principle of converting sound waves into vibration of metal needles to record and play back of a wax form. On a wax cylinder, in 1877, Thomas Edison invented the foil cylinder phonograph, which was prone to damage and had limited playback capacity. It was later improved and adjusted to become the all-wax cylinder phonograph, which was introduced to the market in 1888 and gained widespread recognition. And then fingerprints. Everyone knows about fingerprint stuff. What did I not read here? Oh, Scotland Yard. In 1829, the British Parliament passed the Modern Professional Police Act for the first time, establishing the Metropolitan Police Service, with its headquarters located at 4 Whitehall Square. Because the public entrance faces the Great Scotland Yard Street, the public gradually referred to the London Police as Scotland Yard. Its jurisdiction covers 32 boroughs, such as Westminster and Camden. Okay, cool. All right, we got the lab bench. The lab bench that is filled with bottles and containers. Crime scene investigation. Oh, what's that? A dismantled kerosene lamp on the table. Several long cotton threads soaked in kerosene bottle. A small brush inside. That cord could have been what's tied on the candles. Let's see, we've got notes. A stack of oil paper on the table. Each sheet is large and thin. Got this poison. This bottle contains cyanide. Officer Jones, do you know there is cyanide in my brother's room? Oh, Denny Fash, who certainly looked into this angle. Your brother's autopsy and toxicology tests were done by Joseph, a forensics expert. Even though the signs on the body look like cyanide poisoning, the test came out negative. What about the other toxins? Of course, them come back negative. Are capable of limited, and some new drugs may not be detected. What is the current police speculation about the cause of my brother's cortisone? Just a moment, let me check my notes. It has Joseph's speculations. Oh, found it. Found it. We found a recent healed wound on the victim's foot. If there's rust contaminants in the wound, or if he was exposed to germs during experimentation, there's the possibility of contagious infections. If we got a fright or felt intense pain, it might be the cause of the back spasms. Or if there was a stimulation causing back nerve paralyzed, it could lead to toe body cortations. In summary, Joseph thinks there are many possible causes for the body's cortation. I'm saying that wrong. As for the toxicology test results, they were all negative. He has a lot of stuff up here. Various chemicals and reagents placed on the lab bench. Among them, there are aspirin, procan, and tretylameth. Test tubes containing powder herbal medicines such as sulfasalazine and angelic cenis. I'm so sorry, I'm really butchering this part. Okay. On the top shelf, there are certification and medals that my brother has received. In the middle, there are some pharmaceutical therapy books and laboratory experiments. And on the bottom shelf, there are several wax cylinders records, including Han Paulus Autumn. Can I play the other ones? What was originally inside this white circle? A roll of Morse code paper strips, which we took as evidence. So you found it on the ground. That's right. I suspect it fell from the Morse code telegraph machine. Does it have any content on it? I telegraph form Mr. Bill Joseph's Faither. We've checked the content, discussed the development of certain drugs. Neither suspicious. Okay, anything else? I don't know Morse code. This is the telegraph machine on the table, and there are traces of it being used on that day. The Morse code paper reel were found should be fitted in the horoscope area on the top. Other than that, the other ammunitions were found on the machine. Okay. A beam of light shines through the skylight directly onto the chair where the murder occurred. What is that? A skylight window shows fresh air marks, and the marks appear to be fresh. Oh, indeed, there are scratch marks. Even though it's unclear what caused it, the unrelated to the case. Well, how can you tell? The skylight is very high, and without a ladder, there's no way one can reach it. Well, there's rope. Mr. Chin house doesn't have that. Besides, we inspected the skylight, and it was locked for the inside of the horse. Thick dust on the glass no signs of being touched or tampered with. So it is highly probable the scratch marks were made from the incident. That is your brother's studio, and the marks on the window are likely caused by an experiment. Officer Joan, was my brother sitting in the chair at the time of death? Strictly speaking, he's not sitting in the chair but leaning on it in a very particular position. His head and lower limbs are bent down while his body arched upwards like a bow. How could this be? We've looked into assorts, but there's no definitive answer, nor ruling out that he's got a massive fright or pain reacting to at the very moment of his passing. Brian. Mr. Shin? Mr. Shin, you alright, pal? You look as if you just came back from the depths, so hell. Can I take a closer look around here? Please go ahead. Crime scene investigation. That. An unburnt scrap of paper seeming made of oiled paper. It seems there was some writing on it, but it's impossible to recognize then. Okay, we got some evidence. Oh, this has a lot. Napster mashed with a burnt mark next. corner of the mesh is tied with a wire, and the middle part has been replaced with wax. It might be used for experiments, as Epson's mesh is a common tool in labs. There's blood there. Officer Jones, if my brother's body was contorted when he was killed, how was he leaning on the chair? Let me do a quick sketch for you. Oh, look at the little X marks. Here's how he was in the chair was set up at the moment. The victim's body in the chair found a fine column dedicate balance. I'm not sure if it was a coincidence. There was many scratch paper or ash around the chair. No, just around the chair, but there were quite a few ash papers on your brother's body. I heard it was East. You burned paper during the essential worship ceremony? Do you reckon that was a connection to your brother's passing? Central worship ceremonies? Indeed, Miss Chin mentioned that August 15th, according to her calendar, is a special holiday. That day was the Ghost Festival, as also the anniversary of our father's death. Hey, the Ghost Festival was mentioned in the Paper Bride, too. So you suggest that on that day your brother was performing ancestral worship for your father? It's not possible. Our relationship with our father was not good, and we have never done such a thing before. In this shape, the key. We took it as evidence in our investigation. This is the sole key to Tao's room, and we discovered it gripping in Brian's left hand. There was only your brother's fingerprints on the key. Okay, we got a marking here. Drips of blood on the floor as well as on the edge of the chair, which had already congealated. There was no blood in the room except near the chair. Officers, how were the blood's distribution on my brother's clothing at that time? There was a wee bit of blood stain on the cloth near the dagger, but aside from that, there was a nil clear flow directing near the toe, the left, right, up, and down. Oh man, I really hate it. Okay, we got the chair. When my brother's body was found, it was contorted. Like that. Okay. So we got that. We got that. Brian was expected to happen. I wouldn't let you die like that without knowing the truth. I would definitely find a murderer and bring them to justice. Okay, so we got this, got that, got that, got that, got that, got that. Anything else? The white circle represents a position imposter my brother when he was killed. Can't let him die without knowing. Okay. Oh, there's that. Deep claw marks on the chair with a slight trace of blood on them. Brian, what exactly did you experiment? Okay, Okay, so we got the outline. There's a wooden door without a round shape lock. The lock is already damaged. When we got here, the doorknob was locked near the inside, so we had to force the door open. Auntie Chin, do you want to know about my personal matters, about your brother's matters, or about the case? You'd like to ask how long I've been in London? Exactly. I am a foreign couching content, and I've been here for 13 years. The fog in London, it's toxic. You see nothing, smell unpleasantly. The lung corruption for living here. No one cares about this terrible environment. Auntie Chin, this staircase is indeed. My lungs are still all right. The medicine inside is nothing special. There are all toxin herbs, and I said ginseng, goji, and berries. Do you want to know about me? Oh, okay. My brother! Auntie Chin, may I ask? Your brother is a polite and knowledgeable astrology is a good match. I was born in the negative energy suspected to invasion by cold or hot evils, while your brother was born with a positive energy element. Balancing yin and yang is essential for the 8 diagram philosophy. If he was renting this house for me, both he and I should benefit. Indeed, it was pity that he lacked earth element in his 5 element signs of short life. Don't move. Your eyes are bright and lively. Your facial features are well proportioned, signs of a long life. Listen to my advice. Don't hold on to gains and losses. Only trap your inner demons. Do you want to know? Okay. About the case. Auntie Chin, may I ask what happened to that day? That day I was sitting on the entrance. Brian came by at noon and greeted me. Also, I saw several people following him like ghosts. After your brother came back, they stood outside of the street staring here. Keep an eye on him. Do you know that my brother? He seemed like he also noticed. His left facial muscles is twitching a bit, expression like very rigid. At that time, it was approximately around 1 o'clock. I watched him go up the stairs and locked himself inside. He didn't come out again. Before the police arrived, I stayed at the entrance the whole time, and no one else went in. Auntie Chin, regarding the matter, what did you... I told the police, but they didn't believe me. They even said it was my mistake. The public security here, bad. Okay, so we got all that, so now we know he was being followed. A wooden cabinet. Inside there are various uncommonly used items piled up. There is a statue of Kung Yu placed as an offering of the old times. In front of the statue is censer with 3 burning incense sticks and 2 lamps beside. Medicines brings brewed on the stove, and the hallway is filled with a strong herbal smell. But the smell is unfamiliar. It doesn't resemble common Chinese herb medicine. Okay. The book is in the book room is filled with detective novels. There are several: The Murder in the Rue Morgan, The Woman in the White, and the Moonstone. The whole collection of Sherlock Holmes series. Returning a book from Joseph. These are dedications he left on the title page. Brian, welcome back to the Conandali Circle. Enjoy the return, Joseph. I remember Brian's dream to become a detective. There are Brian's coat and hat. I didn't find any suspicious clues. This photo. This is probably the only family photo. If it weren't for our father, the family would have fallen apart. Wait, if it weren't for our father, but they don't like their father. Nowadays, even you have left. Oh, this is...
爹爹，孔明灯真的能实现愿望吗？
当然可以。孔明灯是月亮为了……
真的吗？月亮会听到我们的心愿？
会的。你把心愿写在灯上放飞。
那我要成为像徐霞客那样的旅行家。哥哥，你的愿望是什么呢？
我的愿望是成为一名侦探。侦探也像旅行家一样四处冒险，但他们总能发现别人注意不到的细节。
这么厉害！那我想到，
好啊，我相信一定会实现的。
I like this. This is really nice.
孔明灯飞进来了，爹爹，快拍照！
All right, we have a memory. Very sweet memory. This photo was taken before my father. This photo has been with my brother all along. It's my brother's diary. The previous page has been torn out. Only one page remains. This is the dead end. Everything is meaningless. Utterly meaningless. I carefully searched the bed and my brother slept in, but I didn't find anything suspicious clues. Okay. Got everything searched in here. Okay. And the book wasn't there. Search that. Search that. Asked her. I guess I go back to the crime scene. Guess he's the last one. Officer Jones, can I ask you a few questions? Aye, as long as it helps you solve the case swiftly. Person who filled the report. Officer Jones, you mentioned earlier that someone filled a report. May I ask who the reporter is? It came in our anonymous telegram. Had only one sentence. A homicide occurred at 79 Pillar Street. It doesn't sound somewhat illogical, since the room is locked and it was suicide. How could anyone know a homicide occurred here? I must admit, you've got a sharp mind, but see, the curtains and the window was still closed at that time. It's likely that someone from the opposite building saw the body through the window. Has the police questioned that resident of the building opposite? Aye, anything you can think we already considered. Just going to the building to look for eyewitness took up my entire week. It's hard to identify a potential witness with a busy restaurant on the 3rd floor. Officer Jones. Aye, as long as it helps. About Joseph. Officer Jones and Joseph were both at the Kingston division, right? Aye, Joseph was my superior just half a month ago. However, 2 weeks ago, he got a transfer order and was set to be moved to Shanghai. Was Joseph in charge of my brother's case before? Aye, that's correct, but no, the case is in the hands of the new detective sergeant. The new sergeant is now an easy person to deal with. When we gang to the police station later, you'll witness it yourself. Officer Jones, can I ask you and the suspect. Officer Jones, may I ask the police have identified any suspects yet? Mr. Shin and I mentioned your brother's death was a suicide, so there are no suspects. Even if they're determined as a suicide, don't we need to rule out possibility of homicide? Of course, we looked into the suspicious individuals. Miss Chin, the only person there in the flat that day. Stone Wu, your brother's classmate, had a guide relationship with him, but he had a big row before. Toby Chung, your brother's classmate, had a competitive relationship with him. And there's also the sender of the telegram, Mr. Bell, your brother's research project sponsor. He had interrogated with those individuals with having alibis for the time of the incident. I completely understand your desire to uncover the truth, but the truth is your brother committed suicide. Oh, I don't like reading The British Man.
I have already checked everything. Please take me to the police station to take a look at the case files.
Aye, bro. We're off then. At the station, you'll need to sign a few papers for me.
Oh.
二位，我刚接到汉阳铁厂会办李毅的电报，想拜托你们帮个忙。那李毅是我多年好友，他们铁厂今晨发生了一桩极为诡异的案件。
汉阳铁厂，我早就想去汉阳铁厂看看了。先生，我们接下这桩委托吧，反正也顺路。
好，那我们即刻出发。
All right, so we got a new case. So this was like an intermediate, seems like, between case 2 and 3, but it gave us backstory. All right. Early 20th century Wuhan. Oh.
钢铁，工业的脊梁。吴越春秋中有对干将莫邪炼钢法门的记载。夫神物之化，虚人而成。我本以为那只是古老的传说，但它却在今时重演了。
Oh! All right, the haunted furnace.
先生快看，前面就是汉阳铁厂，咱们赶紧进去吧。
Okay. Once he's done talking, that's where we'll stop. It has a nice ending. Let's see, anything I really want to read here? Oh, okay. Oh, this is the Ghost Festival thing. This is what I was kind of interested in. The Hungry Ghost Festival, also known as the Zhangguan Festival, is a traditional Chinese festival observed on the 15th day of the 7th month in the lunar calendar. In ancient times, during the 7th month of the lunar calendar, the emperor presents the newly harvested grains to the ancestor temple by repaying the blessings of the gods. Ghosts and ancestors, the blessing of the gods, ghosts, and ancestors. In Buddhism, believes held on a Bon festival ceremony on the same day, according to the Alamana Sutra, offering a sacrifice to the monks and returning merit to their parents. In Taoism, it is said that the emperor of the Central Plains, the highest official in the land, forgives the sins of the dead on that day. On this day, people offer flowers and fruits, set up altars, and recite scriptures, prayers for the emperor to forgive their ancestors and also save others' souls. Okay, so yeah, well, that's where we'll stop. There's lots going on now, and the next case seems really interesting. I hope you all enjoying that, and we'll see you next time, and I'll do my best to get better at recording right now. Thanks, and see you next time. Bye!